How's it going, guys? It's Nate, and I'm back with another Blu-ray video for you guys today. So, as of a day or two ago, Barnes & Noble started their 50% off Criterion flash sale. The first one of the two that happened all year in store. And so I really was in the need to go and take part in this this flash sale once again. I took the hour and 10-minute drive to the closest Barnes & Noble near me. And I came out with 5 titles. Sorry, not 10, 5 titles. I was distraught at how many were there, the ones that I wanted, some that I contemplated on getting, kept putting back. There was so many different combinations within the 5 that I did get, and so I'm going to go through and show them for you. But before I do that, I'm going to give you 5 honorable mentions of films that I was so close in getting, but I ended up passing and will probably get during the next sale, or whenever I have the money for it. So here are my 5 honorable mentions for Criterions. Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Was gonna get this one, but I thought, it can wait. Bicycle Thieves. Heard it's one of the greatest films ever made. Passed on it. Regret it a little bit, but if it's still there when I have the money, I'll go back and get it. Children of Paradise. Now, I had heard from some people that this movie is fantastic. Some people have quoted this as saying this is the Gone with the Wind of French cinema. But I passed on it. Figured I'd get it another time. Repulsion. Roman Polanski flick. Came out in the early 60s. I liked the story behind this one, and I went back and forth. It was one that was really in contention today. I ended up putting it down and not leaving with it, but I know that's one I will definitely grab in the future. And the last one that I planned on getting, but ended up putting it back, was Two Lane Blacktop. I love road comedies, anything that takes place with road trip, kind of that coming of age feel, I'm always attracted to, but I kind of put it aside, and I know that I will eventually own it, but didn't pick it up today. So, after those 5 honorable mentions, it is time to show you guys the 5 films that I picked up during the July Barnes & Noble 50% off Criterion Collection sale. So the first one that I got, since I've already talked about Roman Polanski, I figured it was fitting to get the film that he was probably most famous for, and you can probably guess, that is Rosemary's Baby. I've seen this movie once, and I remember it giving me a very unsettling feeling. And movies like that I'm attracted to, because you sit there and you think about it, and when a movie makes you think, I know it's done its job, because not every movie is going to leave you with an explanation at the end, or a good feeling, or a bad feeling. This one leaves you, it left me unsettled. And it definitely had to do with the score, the acting by Mia Farrow and John Cassavetes, just the overall atmosphere of the movie, which it came out in 1968. And it's just one of those films that you sit there and it's so atmospheric. You're not sure what's real and what's not, and you're not sure what's happening, so you're in the same dilemma that the characters are in. This one, I kept going back and forth. Do I want to get this? Because I know, for me, with the Criterion Collection, I like to get movies that I've never seen before. And I had seen this one, and I was contemplating, do I want to get this? But I put it off for a couple years now, and so I figured, what the heck? Need to give it a rewatch because I loved it the first time, and it's just one of those movies that sticks with you after you watch it. So that's Rosemary's Baby. The second one that I got was one that I had heard of, and it stars an actor that I've become more fond of the more I've watched his movies, and that's James Stewart, and that's Anatomy of a Murder. I just know that this movie is like a 2.5 hour murder thriller. And I am a big fan of thrillers, and I'm a big fan of James Stewart. Vertigo, Rear Window, Philadelphia Story. I know he's in Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, all these phenomenal performances. And this one I've heard amazing things about, and that it's very gripping, and it's very twisty, and there's a lot of turns that take place. And this is one of the ones that I've had my eye on for a while, just because I want to be invested in this murder story. This is just one that just the cover of it attracted me. It's just, it looks so cool. It's from 1959. I was just really excited to pick this up. and it was nominated for Best Picture, so why not? Must be good, right? Third one that I got, this one, when I saw it, I was like, I have to get this. Part of me was just saying, you need to get this movie if you're really into cinema, because I've heard from so many people online that this movie is easily in contention as one of the greatest movies ever, and that is Federico Fellini's 8½. I just know it says on the back that this is one of the greatest films about film, and I love films and the movie industry and everything that comes along with it. So knowing that this movie is about making movies and this whole downward spiral that the director goes through, it sounds so intriguing and definitely up my alley. And it's just one of those ones in the collection that I've heard amazing things. The Transfer, and so many people have recommended it. Like William Friedkin on the Criterion Collection YouTube channel walked out with just this Blu-ray and said that this made his year. And so a movie that gets this much praise has to be added to the collection. So that's 8½. The fourth title that I picked up, I talked about road movies and how I didn't get Two Lane Blacktop. But I got this one. It's an Italian road movie by Dino Risi, Il Sorpasso. I like the packaging of this Criterion, and that was one of the big reasons why I love the mini box sets that these kind of have, because it comes with like booklets and a bunch of different information about the movie. So when I go into these sales, I look into reading the backs of these films and go, what is gonna hook me? And this one just talks about slapstick comedy and tragedy. Movies that have that type of like arc are interesting to me, and it is also a road comedy, one of Italy's most well-known cinematic features. It's one of those ones that I looked at and was just like, I'm gonna give it a try. And it's got great packaging, and it's gotten a lot of praise. I've seen it on Criterion Collection's channel. People have it in their collection and praise the heck out of it. So I figured, what the heck? Road comedy. It's easily adored in Italy by everyone, so Il Sorpasso. So the last film that I got, I am a big fan of this director, and I've wanted to get this movie for a long time, but I have not seen it anywhere, and so this is the first time I got the opportunity, and I got it mainly because of the two leads that are in this, Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek. And that's Terrence Malick's Badlands. I love Days of Heaven. I love The Thin Red Line. I need to get more into his works. This was his groundbreaking achievement. This was his first feature film. It's a serial killer narrative, but it's about just this guy who brings in this lonely country girl, and she falls in love with him, and they go on this rampage in the 1950s. And it's just one of those things of just Malick is, he shoots beautiful movies, and this was his first movie, which instantly got him success. And with a cast with Martin Sheen and Sissy Spacek, it was a must. It was a must for me anyway. So I'm really excited to check this out, as well as all the other films in the collection. So there's my 5 purchases right along there. I'd say that's a pretty good pickup for one day. It took me a couple hours to do it, but I'm very happy with it. It's the most I've bought for the Criterion sale. So that was my July 2018 Criterion sale pickups. Criterion sale pickups. If you guys are into the Criterion collection, I would definitely go check out all of the films that Barnes & Noble has. They have anything that you could think of as far as world cinema. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope this encourages you guys to go out, maybe spend a little money to further your knowledge in film, and I will see you guys later. Bye.